What's going on, YouTube? Yeah, it's been a minute since I did a video. I just fell off. I've been going through some personal things, and I was out of the country. I was in Colombia for a couple weeks. So back at it. This is gonna be my video for sequencing technology, which was the last class that I finished. I'm in my new class. I'm in week 3. I'm actually at the end of week 3 almost. I mean, there's like a couple days, and then I'll be going into week 4 of the class that I'm in currently. But this particular class is going to be talking about sequencing technology, and I'm going to talk about the Voc Rehab program, and that's been my little niche that I've had with these videos, and I'm helping a couple people, a couple other veterans that are using the Voc Rehab program and that are going to the school. So appreciate the love that you guys given me. So sequencing technology, I really didn't like the class, to be honest. It was very, very technical. Talked about signal flows, and we use Logic Pro still. And again, for me, being very new to the industry, I thought the class itself was just, a lot of the stuff was over my head. And again, I'm not good with the ones and zeros, all these different algorithms that they were talking about. Again, it's good to have that base knowledge, and I get what Full Sail is implementing, and I get how the program is set up. But for me personally, this I don't know, man. That class I could have did without. I did good in the class, but now that I'm in like month 8, I believe, these classes are starting to pick up in intensity and workload. So, that class and especially the class I'm in now, just the workload has seemed like it's double. And I mean, we got to put a lot of time and effort. So, I definitely commend people that are like me that work full time and do the school, because you got to be really dedicated. And I feel like I fell off, especially in the last couple of weeks. I mean, just going through some personal things, whatever. But I'm a fighter, so I'm maintaining. But as far as like the sequencing technology class goes, again, the whole class and the whole premise of the class is just talking about like the different signal flows, how to use EQs, how to manipulate sounds. They talk about recording different voices, different octaves. But a lot of the recording that they showed us, it was all like basically EQ type stuff. And I remember the professor was like one of the lectures we had. They were talking about Star Wars and music, and prime example like C3PO. How they have that. So that's what signal flow is. So like they showed us how like somebody would actually manipulate sounds to get those frequency waves. So again, in the grand scheme of things, and making music, it's good to know. It's good to know how signal flows in and flows out of the DWA or the DAW. Now that this class that I'm in now, we're using Pro Tools, and that's like a whole nother ball game. But for me, I think Logic Pro is a little bit more like easier to learn than Pro Tools. I can remember this lecture this week. The professor, he always says Pro Tools is for pros. It's Pro Tools, so it's like it's harder to learn. So I get it. So I mean, that's kind of it in a nutshell. I mean, signal sequencing technology. You're gonna learn just how signal flows in and out. You're gonna learn about you're gonna have to go back if anybody's ever done like a coding class or a computer class where you had to learn your ones and your zeros. You're gonna talk a lot of stuff like that, and you're gonna start doing a little bit of math stuff. I know like one of the tests we had, you had to know, it asked something to the effect of like, on channel 5, what would be the algorithm of whatever signal flow, and you had to know like your ones and zeros and your 128-bit, your 100, and I said 128 bit, the 256 bit. You got to know like the formulas on how to, like, there's a formula to do the X and O's to get those 128 and 256, and I think it was like 512 or something like that. But again, I don't like that stuff. I'm not good at it. So then again, if I'm not good at it, I tend to not like those subjects. So that class I did struggle. Even though I got a good grade in it, I just felt like, I felt lost half the time, and half the time that stuff, when they start talking about the ones and the 011s, and I just, man, I shut down. So, voc rehab, man, I'm thankful that I'm able to use a program. I really am, and they've given me the stuff that I need and everything. But on the other hand, it's like I'm on my third counselor, and I haven't even been in school for a year. That's a problem. I don't know if there's a high attrition rate at the VA, or like, what the deal is. Like, why I have this is my third counselor, man. And I don't know, like, whoever this counselor is, they wrote me saying, hey, I'm your new counselor. That was like 2 months ago. I've never heard nothing from this person ever again. When I look at my student account, I see this class that I'm in currently, and like one class in the future, which I'm gonna be starting in like 2 weeks. I haven't heard nothing. Normally, like, the VA will send you like those award letters saying that, for the next like 6 months or whatever. Nothing. Normally, like, every month I would get an email saying, like send us your grades, or like, we're doing a check-in with you or something like that. I ain't heard nothing in like probably 3 months. So as a veteran, man, it's like, man, bro, like, did I do something? I mean, are y'all busy? Like, I mean, I don't get it, man. I mean, if somebody else using a voc rehab, and maybe you having a better experience than me, but like, put something in the comments down below, bro, because I mean, this just don't make no sense, man. I've been in school like 7-8 months. This is my third counselor I'm on. There's no communication. Then I filed for the Pell Grant for 22-23 school year, and like the information's gone to, when I log into my account, they said they sent the information over to Full Sail, and here we are, like, month 2, and I haven't heard nothing about that either. So maybe my expectations are different from what reality is. So I have to learn how to, be a little bit more patient, and like have more understanding in that aspect. But again, I've had no real issues with voc rehab. I mean, like, they got me the desk, the chair, and everything that I asked for. But then, like, since I'm changing counselors so frequently, like, whoever this new person is, like I said, like, I got an email saying that they're my new counselor about almost 3 months ago, and I've never heard nothing again from them. I haven't got my award letters. I haven't got no email saying, like, like, how you doing at school? Nothing. I mean, no communication at all. And then, like, this morning, I got an email from the EVA saying something about, like, awards were going to be going out at the end of the week on Friday. Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't. So basically, I'm in my class now, going into week 4, and then I have like one more class after that, and like this is kind of going into the latter part of the first year, and I don't know, like, if the VA's paid for the school. I have nothing, and maybe I should take onus on that and reach out to say, hey, like, like, what's going on with the award letters, like, what's going on with the money. And that's another thing, like, the money that we get a month, it changes, like, because like 1 month we had a couple of days off, so like I don't know what the formula is based on like the monthly stipend, but it seems like it's never the same. Like, from what I've researched online, I should be getting like 830. I've gotten 830 once. I've gotten like 6 something, 7 something, 5 something. So like, where's the discrepancy? Like, prime example, last month I've been in school constantly since like the Easter, whatever break we had, like be going in like what was that, March and April. So the whole month of April I was in school. Maybe missed like 2 days. So like there's like $100 missing. So you mean to tell me for those 2 days, like I'm like, it just for me it doesn't make any sense. So I'm very curious to see at the end of this month, am I gonna get the full 830, or is it gonna be something different? I mean, again, like we've been in school constantly since March. I mean, there's, well, I should say we've been in school constantly since like April 3rd or April 4th. There ain't been no breaks, and it's not gonna be another break. Excuse me, until summer break, which is July, August time frame, and it's just a week. So, I don't get the formula. I don't understand like what the VA does. Like I don't know. Is it based on a 30-day calendar, and then it's like you break down those 30 days and you get a daily rate? I have no idea, man. Like it's just like, man, like, and I don't know. So, but the money comes in every month on time, so I guess I can't complain. But so if you're a veteran and disabled veteran, I should say, and you're using a voc rehab, I would love to hear what your experiences are. Have you gone through different counselors? Do you have one counselor? I know I read in the comments maybe a couple weeks ago that a veteran was trying to use a voc rehab to go to Full Sail, and they said it was too expensive. So that's what I understand about the VA. Like, I mean, how can like I go to Full Sail and like have no problems, then like you have another veteran that's using a voc rehab and they tell him that the school's too expensive? Like I just, there's no rhyme or reason on how all this stuff works. It just, it should be, I mean, the voc rehab is for us veterans that, we put on the uniform, we went out, we served our country, half of us, I mean, if you're using the voc rehab, you've been, hurt in combat. So, I mean, it should be the same for all of us. Like, it shouldn't matter what school you want to go to. Like, if you got qualified for the voc rehab, you should be able to go to whatever school you want to. It shouldn't matter what the cost is. Like, you put your uniform on, you put boots on the ground, you qualify for the program. Like it's, at least for me, like the school and the cost is irrelevant. I mean, it's the government. Like, y'all got money. Like, come on, man. Like, and like how many, voc rehab participants are there? When you look at the grand scheme of things in this country, I think like less than 2% of the population goes into the military, and then on that part you have probably like half of that like actually like put boots on ground. But again, it doesn't really matter. Like, you put the uniform on and you serve this country, and you have whatever disability and you qualify and you get the voc rehab. It shouldn't matter the school. It shouldn't matter the cost. Like, we did our due diligence. Like, we served the country. Like we're asking for help, like to be employable, to re-educate ourselves. So I just don't get that. Like, that just it blows my mind, man. Like, man. So at the end of the day, man, I'm working on my 3-year exit plan. I'm getting out the Matrix, USA. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm very fortunate that I was born here. That I got a blue passport, and my family here, and I love them and everything. But at the end of the day, my daughter's gonna be a teenager soon, and I'm out of here, man. Like, the dollar is way stronger in other parts of the world, and I think I'm looking at like South America, Mexico, to go ahead and just retire from what I'm doing now during the day. And once I finish Full Sail, I'm gonna open up my own little company, and then I'll get my 2 little pensions, and I'm just gonna go down there and kick it, man. And like, I'm looking at moving to Colombia, which is, I'm from Jersey. All my family's in Jersey, New York, except for my parents live in North Carolina. My daughter is in Virginia. So for me, like, Colombia is like a plane ride. Like, I can come up every month, every other month, whatever. I mean, the flights ain't nothing but a couple hundred round trips. So, when I finish school and I hit these 25 years of the government, say la vie, I'm out. Ciao, ciao. I'm gone. And I'm just gonna, my base will probably be Colombia, but I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna hit up Brazil. I'm going to Central America, like Panama, Mexico. And I'm just gonna, that's just my little thing that I'm gonna do And like I said, you know, I'll probably come back to the States every, you know, maybe 2-3 months, spend a couple weeks with my daughter, and then I'm out again. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. Like and share the video. Have any comments, put them down in below. You know, if I'm helping anybody with these videos, give me a like. The like helps the YouTube algorithm. Again, this is a small platform. This is kind of like my little niche, but it's, you know, pretty specific for Full Sail and veterans that are using the local rehab. So thanks for tuning in. Sorry, you know, like I said, I fell off on these videos, but I'm gonna get back on them, man. So thanks for the support. Take care, man. Till next time. Peace.